Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is a little sum up video, just talking about everything that has happened with the very big recent news which we have received surrounding No Man's Sky, and funnily enough the 1.3 update which we now know is coming this week. In this video, I want to basically sum up the events that led up to the information being given. What we have been given, I'm going to be reading out the memo which I have on my second monitor right here, and then I'm going to be looking into it a bit more, looking at some things which I think stood out in it, maybe speculating a little bit. So my face and all of this is literally just the intro while I talk about how it happened, and then once I get into reading it and speculating, you'll just have some gameplay, so you don't have to stare at this beauty for too long. So at around 11:30 in the evening last night, this was UK time, a email was sent to every single person who linked their email addresses to Waking Titan. Now, we knew before that this was going to happen. We were told, I think the day before yesterday, that a memo was going to be sent in the next 24 hours. And of course, that is the world's fattest time frame. So we didn't know exactly when it was going to drop, but we knew it was going to drop. So luckily, I had the day off work today. So I stayed up quite late last night watching The Office and pissing around on Dying Light and stuff until eventually we got the memo. And to be honest with you, 11:30 wasn't even that bad of a time. I'm usually awake anyway, so it's not really a problem. At least, unlike last time where it finishes at like 1:30 or something stupid like that UK time with all the live streams, it was a nice welcome change. But when this memo came, I myself, and I think quite a lot of other people, were actually surprised at how honest and open this memo was. We didn't know what to expect exactly. We knew a memo was coming, but we thought it could be a Waking Titan memo. We didn't know if it was the patch notes. We didn't know anything, but it came, and it was actually probably the most honest, straightforward, just easy to understand memo we've had yet from Hello Games themselves, or Sean Murray. And in this memo we have a load of really interesting things. We have, first of all, some stats about Waking Titan, about how many people did it, things like that. Then of course we have the update, the name of 1.3, its main focus, and then the classic like ambiguous ending with, oh, we hope you enjoy what comes next, like they always do. So there's a lot to talk about here. I'm going to get to reading this in just a short moment, but we now know that the 1.3 update is called Atlas Rises, and in the memo it is stated that it is coming this week. No specific release date. It could be today, the anniversary, it could be tomorrow, it could be at the weekend. We don't quite know yet, but that's basically everything that has led up to it. The memo now exists on their website, so people that weren't involved with Waking Titan can read it, obviously, because not everyone was a part of it. There was plenty of people that stayed out of it, so that's there. We now know that we are going to get 1.3. This isn't 2.0, this is 1.3, just further solidified. And the focus on it is story and portals. Of course, there'll be other stuff, but we'll get to that in just a short moment. I hope that clears some stuff up. Anyway, I'm going to get into the memo now, so sit back and relax, and let's look into it. Hello. It's been a year since No Man's Sky first released, and it's been an exciting, intense, and emotional year for us at Hello Games. We have been quiet, but we have been listening intently. We've spent that year working hard on 3 updates for this game our team cares about so much. Update 1.3 will release this week and will be available for free to all No Man's Sky players. We're calling it Atlas Rises. It focuses on improving the central story of No Man's Sky and has the ability to quick travel between locations using portals. Patch notes will be made available shortly before the update goes live. What we do is much more important than what we say, but since launch we have sometimes focused too much on that. We wanted to reach out and celebrate the devoted community that means so much to us. We launched Waking Titan to try to do that. When we posted those cassettes, we didn't know what to expect. In the last 8 weeks, 250,000 players from across the globe, 174 countries to be precise, have come together, united by a shared love of mystery and science fiction, to form the Citizen Science Division. You've travelled great distances, both real and virtual, undertaking complex tasks and explored the depths of simulation theory. New friendships have been forged and a tight-knit community has been created. Most importantly, a cute hamster has a new home. You've become a part of the No Man's Sky origin story. It's been an honour to watch, but this is just the beginning. Whether you followed Waking Titan or not, we welcome anyone to sign up to the Citizen Science Division and to join us on the official CSD forums. Our journey continues. Thank you for this year. We hope you enjoy what comes next. Sean. Okay, so that is the memo. Feel free to have a look at that once you've listened to it and all of that stuff. It will be in the description, as I said a million times already, so feel free to just, you know, glaze over that if you want. But now I want to pick out some very interesting points in this little memo, in this piece of text that could perhaps suggest a little bit more as to what this update could be, or just general things which I found quite interesting. First of all, I really like how in this memo, Hello Games made it very, very clear that this update will be free for all No Man's Sky players. And I think this kind of shows how they've been listening to the community, because I know that a very common kind of fear, or more like a myth, that have been circulating, especially recently with 1.3, claiming to be this fat-ass update, that eventually down the line we'd have to pay for updates, pay for content. So I like it how Hello Games have made it very clear that this update will be free, and they have absolutely no intentions of charging any money for it, at least not in the near future, perhaps somewhere down the line, but as of right now, they're sticking to their working formula of free updates, and I think that is a very, very good thing to do. And I also want to touch on the thing where it says about focusing on improving the central story of No Man's Sky. Now, I don't know about you, but central story, at least in my eyes, is getting to the center of the galaxy. So if this update focuses on the central story, then perhaps they're kind of fixing the ending, as you will. You know, the ending where, spoilers alert, you fly into the center and then just go back out. Maybe they're getting rid of that. Maybe they're actually making it a proper ending. I don't know. I mean, unless this is talking about backstory, but central story, at least to me, seems like it has to be getting to the center of the galaxy. Now, portals. I want to talk about portals, because portals were basically like the biggest amount of gas I've ever seen surrounding No Man's Sky for this update. And in this memo, they are mentioned, and I think it's pretty fucking right that they are mentioned. But basically, what it said is that portals will be used to have quick travel between locations. Now, initially, I know people read this and they're a bit like, what the fuck? Is that fast travel? Is that just like skipping the hyperdrive? Is this literally a black hole? But look at it a bit more precisely. It uses the word locations. It doesn't use planets. It doesn't use galaxy. It doesn't use universe. Locations. That's such a ambiguous word. That could be anything. That could be new ruins, new settlements, new villages, new space stations maybe. It could be absolutely anything. It doesn't mean that we're going to the same places which we have been 1,000 times in the game before. This could be the new buildings, the new villages, all these procedurally generated cities and things which people were talking about. This could be it. Maybe they don't want to say specifically what it's used for because it ties in with the story. So I just wanted to make it clear that just because it says you can fast travel doesn't mean that it's just teleport into another planet or teleport into a space station. It could be a lot more exciting than that. And one of the final things which I want to talk about, which I just want to touch on briefly, is at the very end it says you've become part of the No Man's Sky origin story. Now, I find this strange. I find this strange for a lot of reasons, but No Man's Sky origin story is talking about where the game has birthed from, how the game has come to light, which is strange considering the game has been alive for a year. Does this mean that the update is making No Man's Sky the game it was sold to be? This is kind of the origin of giving us the game we were promised, perhaps? Or does it just mean this is a new era of No Man's Sky? I don't know, but I thought it was something interesting nonetheless. And of course, as always, the memo ends with a super ambiguous term, we hope you enjoy what comes next. And it's signed with Sean, so I'm hoping that Sean is gonna kind of make a little comeback, maybe even show his face a bit round here. But yeah, that is my thoughts on it. When this is dropping, I don't know. I would love to think on the 9th, since it is the anniversary, but I don't know. It could drop maybe later on, maybe at the weekend. Honestly, I have no clue. But yeah, feel free to check out the memo, and also check out Orbit TV's video on 1.3, because he details it a lot more than me, because he actually understands what's happening. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, guys, then please do feel free to leave a like on it. If you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.